the second time today, I think, as well. We've only had one volley bear in the LPL, but
it was Beijing, you know?
It's creeping back in. Yeah, Beijing definitely maybe warranting it for his solo queue. As Sejuani instead here for Hacker with that melee solo lineup means that we do have a potential flex here for the final pick lyric, or at least one final pick for top side. IG have to blind pick into it regardless.
So they go for the Jax, which I imagine will pull the Gragas up towards top. It's, you know, even like before that he became a meta staple, that was one of the matchups he was just always really good into. And ooh, I would love this, please. Really? I want some more early aggression. We have an Ahri, we have a Lee Sin, and we have Lucian Nami down in the bot lane. So IG wanting to push the pace. Now, if you're going to put Gragas in top, I really don't know what you look for in the mid lane for the likes of Care. I mean, we've seen him play things like the Kiana. Akali's gotten a few buffs. That's coming back in. Yone is another old staple for him.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it, man. Do it, please. Oh, please. Oh, please. Yes. That's one way to make a statement. And
I love
especially when you have yourself a couple of cleansers in this game. FPX playing cheeky. Lyric, run me through.
I also like that they did this because I would have been afraid had FPX put in Gragas mid and then gone for something else top, because it feels like they need some solid damage to come through and not just run like a bunch of bruisers around Aphelios composition. Every time we've seen that, it fails. But now 2 threats to worry about, a lot of dive potential onto the back line of IG. But it still feels like it's going to need a bit of time to get there, right? Yone, someone who needs some levels under his belt before he really becomes a threat. You have a Sejuani, you have the big frontliner. You're going up against Lee Sin Ahri on the opposite side. So there is a lot of potential there for the side of IG to just snowball this game out of control and enable Xiaoyueji and Wink to get ahead and stay ahead in the spot lane 2v2.
But if they don't, I mean, we're going to see IG take, or rather FPX take over again. IG, their proactivity in game 1 was their biggest issue. Maybe the draft stems it. Maybe this is a bit of a fix here. You'd love to see it if so, especially with how disappointing it was for the organization in game 1. How disappointed I was seeing a team literally do nothing. This is a different draft. This is a different game. And for number 2, it is just looking real hot. FPX bringing out the Yone. We got Milio on the side as well. There's a Jax back in the game for the side of IG, like YSKM, that carry top laner. Had a couple of flares on the Aurelia last game. But is the Jax going to be enough yet again as we go into Summoner's Rift? See if FPX and IG can give us a banger.
We're going to get a banger.
Level 1. Oh, yeah. Hacker, what did he start? Is it W? Is it E? Probably E.
That was so... That's just back home, it doesn't hit the same.
Dude, there's something over here. I don't know if any Australians are out there, but Flower Power, absolute banger of a cafe. We also, as Beishang coming mid, looks like he's just helping out, maybe waiting. This could be a 2v2. Oh, the window's huge. Crying gets out with a flash. Spirit Rush combo comes in as well. Hacker too dangerous. The Sonic Wave is still taken, but it's double melee. Permafrost there. Fate is sealed, but your jungler's now dead. Care needs the flash on top of Beishang. Does so, gets away until Crying follows up. A double for this Ahri and a bit of a mess for FPX's 2v2.
So much dipped and dodged by both sides. When Crying initially missed the charm, I thought it was over for IG, but they managed to turn it back around. And now huge 2-0 start for the Ahri. Crying's gonna be able to come back, have a bit of power, and start getting off those roams that we were talking about.
Important stuff, especially when I think Crying and IG's wins, or at least some of their individual game wins, has been the core carries. Flash from YSKM. He's the Grand Master at Arms. He's smacking his lamppost left, right. Is it the Goodnight Shallow who trying to slow him down? YSKM out of leap strikes for now, but asserts his dominance, taking a summoner away from the teleportless Gragas as well.
Doing a nice job, IG just finding advantages all over, but here, the 2 key things in 2v2s is burst and CC. For IG, they went out and burst. FPX, it's about the CC, so the fact that Crying escapes the stun coming out from FPX allows him to re-engage. That passive is worn off, and he can just run down and finish off this first kill. Care really having to overextend to try to get a return kill possible, but at the same time, Crying still going with the Spirit Rush, still dishing out that damage. Had they been able to lock Crying down before he flashed away, I think that could have been the thing that would have won it out for FPX, but great play by Crying to make sure that didn't happen.
I mean, great play across the board, even topside. Look at the push in now because Shello, who had no TP, it was the 1v1 that YSCam flashed for. Good morning, IG. I mean, again, all this talk about Starbucks, it probably went and had a coffee between game 1 and game number 2. Because right now things are looking good, but halting on that, Beishang might need to make himself known bot side because Hacker. Lyric setting up for a potential dive, but I think he knows better.
Yeah, not going to go for it at the end of the day. I like it not over-aggressive for something you really can't look to pull off. Moonlight Vigil, though, thrown out. LWX, hoping to just get one turret play from this, but looks like they're going to be forced to back up before. And with Beishang coming down, it is a good call. Now we're kind of keeping our eyes on which team is going to look for Rift Herald first, really, and if a trade comes out for Dragon. Because now with FPX's bot lane going for a reset and Hacker pathing towards topside, it could set up FPX well to be the team to pick up that objective.
Oh, FPX just got to quickly look at ultis. LWX burned his moments ago on the camera. They still have 4 available, though. It's that all-in we were talking about. Quick note, though, that Cryan still quite large here with the Lost Chapter, Dark Seal, and importantly enough, has his ulti available too. So we'll just have to keep an eye out for some of those skills running towards neutrals. Because Lyric, I should also mention, it is a late first Dragon. So late that IG have actually turned their sights towards this first Herald on topside 10 minutes in.
And the difference being the fact that they're 80 carry recalled as well, because Shocho actually got a reset up before Wink, but same wasn't done on the opposite side. They might want to contest this, even if it is numbers disadvantage.
Care's ulti, Charm's going to start it. There's a tidal wave. Wait for Care. He hasn't popped it yet. Fate sealed into no one. He'll help finish off the kill as Culling is blocked by Shelly, but Care just goes down doing nothing. IG find a charm on a Xiao Hu, and Xiao Ji takes a kill as well. This time it's IG all the time in the early game.
Fate sealed into nothing was a good way to put it. Care giving up his life, and that allowed IG to really just turn that around. Lucky for them that their consistent damage dealers were the ones who survived the initial onslaught that took Beishang away, and it's going to lead to Herald just right away being dropped to funnel even more gold onto the solution.
The solution has been pretty quiet in the early game, no longer with the kill, with the turret plating. First item seems easy as that. I mean, Cryan should be the same as well. YSCam getting turret plating at the bottom side. IG, like, this is just so... it's like seeing your kid's soccer game. First half, they had me there, Lyric. They really did.
Yeah, we see Charm to come out. They finally engage. But the Lee Sin jumping into so much CC coming out from the side of FPX. Really nice body bot by Xiao Hu. But it's totally counteract when Care goes for the ultimate, doesn't connect with anyone, ends up going a little bit too deep. And Xiao Hu being in the same position because he was trying to combo with that Yone. Just set up for 2 free kills to go over to the side of IG.
How does it begin? Crying from the side. As you said, oh, Charm, Care, oh, Care, oh, Care. Fate sealed would have been great if the team were there. Care on Yone is not doing too red hot.
That was so weird, too, because you see Hacker already backing off.
Lyric, it is just such a good change in draft. It is such a good adaptation for a team that needed more proactivity in the early game. IG, it just doesn't feel like these players are worth sitting on their backside. As speaking of which, here's more. Beishang might need to get a good Dragon's Rage soon as Cryan flies on in, not getting the charm though. FPX have numbers advantage for now, but YSCam flies on LWX. The fate sealed. Care now has to run though because his team can't follow up. Sonic Wave into the backside. Low health bars across the board. IG should have died there, but they say not today. And all I have to say for this one is that this is the biggest wake-up call in a series I've seen in a long time.
And it just goes back to when you have 2 teams around the same skill level playing. We knew today was a 6-game day, and it does look like it'll go the distances. The TP comes through. It should be a numbers advantage, but look how far IG's bot lane is. So just winning this out with like the pure damage coming out from YSCam. Great target selection to set up for Cryan to get that first pick. And then sure, Xiao Hu gets in the picture, but so does the rest of IG as we see there. Cryan just following up to lock them down longer. And sadly for Care, left in the waiting arms of Beishang with that Q landing.
And just like that, YSCam again asserts his dominance as, oh dear lord, we are past my time, and Xiao Ji just annihilates LWX.
I was starting to believe that, like, okay, maybe the script was a little bit like over dramatized, but at the end of the day, Xiao Hu escaped. That was an FPX stub.
Okay, Charm Oh, Hacker ain't that tanky. Jungler flashing away, but he's just dead. Culling to fly through. Care wants to get back in. Fate sealed again. Oh, he seals his own fate, doesn't he? His LWX is now the hope. He Gale Force, he tries, but IG survive. A couple of summoners burnt, but the dragon will still be theirs, and they cannot catch a break.
No, they try. Bad timing by me to talk about items with Dragon Spawn, but IG still come out ahead. Luckily, not too big of a fight breaks out with Hacker being the only one to go down, and we're really just seeing the difference in their bank accounts so far in terms of, like, the fights, right? The fact that Hacker wasn't all that tanky, was just easily able to be bursted out by, you know, the 3-item carry of IG. Hell, 2.5 items for Crine. He's not that far off from the third either. And now we see Hullbreaker for YSCam. He's going to be a menace in those side lanes. It's about that 1-3-1. It's about playing through picks. Lee Sin with the bot lane duo, lean up towards the Ahri and take out people that way. We'll get to see here that it is Hacker punished by that Ahri. Charm comes out, isn't all that tanky. Great CC chain with Tidal Wave to follow through. And they're just able to force the members of FPX out. Care does a good job of getting some flashes in return. Great tethering by Xiaoyu AG. To then wants to again get back into the fold and force Care away.
Kind of respectable territory for our red-sided team. Oh, never mind. Care almost dead. Oh, Chocho almost dead. Flash matched here. Just as I was saying that, Xiaoyu G. Nope, never mind. The QSS great as well. LPX in Shuriken territory gets a good ulti. Wait a minute. That world champion is spinning in YSCam. Just ran into him. Explosive cast gets him away. Counter-Strike is keeping him alive. There's the Fate Seal. This time it sets it up. Look at him go. LWX is flying through. When in doubt, let the Phoenix out. He runs forward. Beichung gets hit. Members are dying. LWX will run out of Shuriken for now, but they defend again. And Old Faithful, we have waited.
And now for FPX, they can turn towards this dragon, which they're looking to do. But you need to remember, Beichung is still alive. He has Smite up. This one could be rough. Could turn into a bit of a steal.
But, I mean, it's a Lee Sin at this point in the game. Poked out. Beichung, if he wants to get in, has to go in now, but no chance. I was waiting for that Orb of Deception coming back. It was smited. And FPX are given yet another 5 minutes in the game. No Elder for IG to pick up Lyric. It is a concern.
You were comparing him to the Jackie Love school of like 80 carry. Likes to be aggressive. That is what he was known for as being a stud in the LDL. And he showed that here. Dashing forward aggressively, flashing forward aggressively. Still goes for it once again to get the kill on Chocho. But it opens up for Hacker and LWX to go for this turn. LWX even able to reposition. YSCam, he isn't going to be happy with that TP positioning once he watches it back. And it is going to be a little bit of a back and forth. But the deciding factor is that LWX, the DPS, is still alive. Lucian, Xiaoyu G on the opposite isn't. And it turned things in the favor of FPX to give them more time, take a dragon, and now even get more gold back in their pockets.
And they've got objective bounty still up because that's how far behind they were. 6,000 gold the difference now as mid is finally opened up. IG still have so much power. They've got a GA now on Xiaoyu AG. We have 3-item Ahri mid Lyric. It still feels like it's their game. But one more fight from FPX like that, and everything changes again. FPX have held on that long. It's 31 minutes in. It's getting concerning that IG still haven't had a chance to break open the bases. Hacker, is he caught out? He ults in response. Wink might be caught out. Kicking a soccer ball is the next goal as Hulling onto Hacker. Hits the edge of the flesh. Lao Hu, excuse me, as we've got a million shells in the LPL. He's going to get away with only a dent in his armor. But FPX are staying group Lyric. This is the thing. They just don't stop grouping. Beichung and Crine have to be careful. Hacker's healed up a little bit. That FPX, they can still turn this into a fight.
Yeah, gonna end up backing off and turning around and not really doing anything to contend with this. I also want to highlight, I'm very surprised by the Abyssal Mask pickup by Hacker. Not a whole ton of AP on the opposite side, and you're not really shredding MR for anyone.
You'll have to hold on that though, Lyric, because at 5k, Baron is a very real threat. IG have pulled off its resetting, teleport in from Care. They got the Summoner. But are FPX strong enough to team fight? We know the answer's probably not unless they get the perfect fight lined up or a mistake. From IG is that ward. Almost sets up for a good Arctic Assault as Crine still waiting. YSCam in the top side. Going to be pushing this turret. Takes it down. FPX are moving up here, but Lyric, they're finally split.
Yeah, so are getting pulled across the map. IG do benefit being able to get that turret, and they're going to try to turn this into a Baron start once again. YSGame has TP. They do have that one ward that we can see right now on our screens, but no, now it's going to be gone.
To be careful, though, because Baron's still being done. 6K. Gonna get some vision here with Barrel as Crying gets the charm. Culling comes through again. There's TP on the back line. FPX low, but going for the engage fight. The fate sealed. Didn't do too much yet again. LWX gets his ulti, but he's been Sonic Wave as he goes golden. This is dangerous. FPX need to get out of here or take the fight right now. Care trying his heart out, but he goes down. FPX have just been thwarted again. IG, it was looking dicey, but with the numbers advantage yet again, they'll move back to the purple worm.
YSGame coming off on a ward that FPX didn't know about, and that really just closed their options. Like you said, they're going to turn towards the Baron, so hopefully this one is enough for them to start breaking down the base. We've seen them stick to playing out through like a widespread map, looking for the 1-3-1 and the 1-4, and now with this, the Hullbreaker Jax is really going to have a lot of pressure to give.
I mean, YSGame's had a great time on this Jax so far. Look again. Crying started to stop waiting in brush for the Baron bait.
And just so much damage you're able to get off before a fight even commences. We see the cast come out, but it doesn't lock down the member you need in Xiao UAG. And once Jax gets in, we see LWX flashes, buys some time with the stopwatch, but still in between a Jax and an Ahri, doesn't manage to escape. And hell, Xiao UAG, even having that Guardian Angel, didn't go down in the end. Did lose out on the passive, so won't have the revive for this fight coming up in the next 30 seconds.
Well, it's going to be over the Dragon. This will be Soul here for IG for Chemtech Soul. FPX have delayed it long enough, but as you said, the Baron puts in so much more perspective here as Beisheng and the rest of IG are converging in. Meanwhile, Shallahu defending solo mid. It's going to be so hard against this Lucian here with rapid fire cannon and almost a full build. YSGame also, you speak of the devil. He's got a GA too. We've got a GA on Beisheng. Many second lives for IG to play with in this upcoming fight.
And look how far Shallahu is pulled. He does have TP, so would be able to join in, but not a ton of great wards for him to come through. Of course, there's that one in Tribush, which you've said, to look at YSGame and his positioning. Always ready to either come over the wall with the blast plant or even wrap around from the opposite side.
Giga Blast Pan as well. He can just follow on through. Shallow, who's been spotted on the TP. All for this Dragon. YSGame now spotted on his own ward. Ulti misses from Hacker. Look at the poke, though, from LWX. He's going to be the target. There's the ulti from Wink, but he's out of there. LWX has spaced himself so well. YSGame is in there without a team. They get Chemtech Soul, but now the Jax is out with GA. He's out with the life. FPX have got numbers advantage, Lyric, and there's no Baron on top side. They might be able to trade and get some gold back.
I'm curious to see what happens, because if all FPX members show in the spot wave, I was wondering if they send someone up towards top to get a bit of a push in. Doesn't look like they're going to go with it, so FPX, at the very least, should be able to get a turret off of this play. But look, Xiao UAG now full build. Just picked up the Bloodthirster.
Yep. They're still running in. 30 seconds on Jax. Crying 15 seconds. Objective bounty is still available on an inhibitor turret. FPX find that. And at the very least, as they get this inhibitor, now there's pressure on the map. They got an inhibitor before IG is care. Ladies and gentlemen, care. Needs to be careful. Beisheng with the bait. Shallahu, Everfrost in the end to zone them off. IG chasing this because look, Lyric, look. Crying is coming on in. Blast Plant going to see him. Charm not going to connect to Shallahu. Goes on a magical journey.
TP from YSGame on the map as well.
They want to keep it going. They want to try and find some kind of angle here. YSGame's going to be spotted out. Xiao who might be in trouble. Explosive Class gets him as Gravitum is there over the wall to slow them down. IG aren't able to catch up, and super minions flood the bottom side to give them a bit more time.
FPX, IG just can't get rid of them. They're that stray cat that's just going to keep coming back and back. And honestly, good on him. Good on him for not crumbling to the pressure. You highlighted LWX here in his positioning. Was so good to see. We're going to see him be to start it off. Gets a nice snipe with the Calibrum onto Crying. Damage comes through. Looks like Shallow who got a bit of damage as well. And then the cast to bring him in. And the flash away from the Jax. Sidestepping everyone. So we'll have to go through. And the other members of IG, honestly, tunneling on the Dragon. Which I can understand. It would be Soul for them, which is why they knew this is the high priority. But still, giving FPX that room to play with. And they're 5k gold behind, but we're getting close to the point in the game where the gold doesn't really matter. Xiaoyu AG might have an item advantage and be burstier than LWX, but if LWX is left untouched, he is still going to take over a team fight.
And I mean, you got solid tanks on the side of FPX as well, right? As you said, front to back for them is huge as Beishang's angle may be bigger. Oh no, the kick not working out. The Sonic Wave isn't enough damage either. What an attempt as GA's gone down left, right, and center. Care now doing so much damage despite his early game transgressions as Beishang taking care of business or getting taken care of on the backside. Care one step away. Xiaoyu waits for him, but LWX is dead to YSKM. What the hell is happening? Counter-strike followed by Chocho's death. Shallow in a brush by SKM, dangerous play. But we have 3 members alive of IG versus 2.
But we have supers in bot.
Yakety sacks.
You have supers in bot as well. So it's like, okay, IG are going to push this, but they have to be conscious of supers on the bot side. And I don't know what's going to go down. And honestly, both of these teams, let's call it how it is. It's been a mess.
It's been a bloody big mess.
How was LWX like left to be found by YSKM there? I thought he was fine. I thought they found Beishang. I'm not going to pay attention to LWX anymore. Let's kind of see what's going on with the rest of the fight. And then suddenly he's just gone.
Wing trying to keep the game going. Of course, save the Nexus turret. Boys back. This Derby can't solo the minions out by herself. One Nexus turret dropping down. No, not today, but we're going to get a replay in a second, guys. Let's go. Let's watch this bad boy again.
So they go for the engage, a lot misses. Great job by Shala, who on the back end of that, just huge damage coming out from this AP Gragas. And like we said, Beishang gets peeled off. FPX do a great job of making sure their AD is safe. YSKM is the one I really want to keep my eye on, as it looked like he was just going to be stalled with these 2 for so long. But walking forward, it just gives YSKM the opportunity to go for that flash. And from there, he's able to take over. You don't really have any more consistent damage on the side of FPX with both Yone and Aphelios down. And IG are so far ahead. Xiaoyu AG even able to change his final item, sold the Guardian Angel since it's not up anymore, and even picked up a Kraken Slayer.
Nice. I have to change my opinion, though. Let's watch Shallow in the next fight. This Gragas is a nuke.
That was gross.
That was the biggest bomb I've seen. That's like Season 1 Gragas.
That's like, like Season 3. It was insane. You're right, Baron?
Oh, he got it! Yes! Watch Shallow! That's what I'm saying, man. This Gragas does it again. I don't know if you got that with Q or ulti, but frickin' bomber.
It is seriously like giving me the vibes of mid lane, Deathfire Gragas. You throw out the ult, everything is just dead. Manages to pick up a Baron. Look at the player cams and how unfazed FPX are by this. Crazy.
Oh my god, I can't believe they just got Baron. IG would be killing themselves. As you said, gold less and less relevant. They are cursed. Game 1, not great. Game 2.
YSKM.
Oh, the flank from downtown, but Baron is going to help them push fast. YSKM not spotted on a ward yet, but there are some good wards leading up to this said flank. There's Krine's trying as well. This is so sketchy. It's like going to McDonald's in the middle of the Sydney city at 1 a.m. in the morning. There's people in there you just don't want to talk to or even be near to smell. As YSKM, I don't think he's spotted, but they know Elder's up. They got to think, LWX, wait, LWX is by himself. LWX is by himself? Never mind, doesn't matter. Or does it?
Shala, who's far away, though. He's the man you want to keep your eyes on, but he might be able to stall them long enough.
Okay, going in, get the smite, get the smite, get the smite. He gets the smite. Elder's down. IG just lost Elder. Elder's gone. It's like game 1. Objective just died. Why?
This is this is an absolute tragedy for us. How did we get here? How did we get here? Someone tell us. Man, IG must be cursed. IG must be cursed because this will be the push for FPX. 40 seconds on Crine. You still have a lot to work with. Moonlight Vigil, like the ult for care.
You know what? There's one song that represents this series for FPX. There's one song. It's the Biggie Smalls remix of Thomas the Tank Engine. Go and check it out after this. It's literally how they feel. Wink is going to survive for now, but as Beishang runs on in, it's versus an Elder team. They have to really mess this one up to lose this game from here. Cam, not the best game I've ever seen. As why is Cam? Look, he's doing a lot of work for someone against this Elder buff. Guys, you have Elder. Push in. It's okay. Hacker, it's all right.
How did IG end up here?
I don't know, but this was a series and a half. IG will not be going to Worlds this year. FPX, on the other hand, not bad. Not bad at all. You know what? We take that Biggie Smalls remix of Thomas the Tank Engine for that 2-0. There you go.
You know, if you're an FPX fan, you're going to feel pretty... You know what? You're going to feel pretty circusy about this one. You're going to be like, you know, did they deserve this win? Probably not. But I always think it's a nice, like, spread when it's like, okay, my team got a stomp, like a dominant victory, and they also showed that they can come back. Like FPX showed a solid spread of gameplay in this series. They break their 5-series lose streak. I'm still a bit at a loss at how some of these things happened. The Gragas steal, like, again, Season 3 Gragas, the Elder going through, being zoned.